You're looking here live at the Watkins Glen International Raceway. Today is the Aaron's Pro Cup Series, round number 13 of their season, the Cheez-It 200 at the Glen. We're closing in on the championship battle coming to a close here. Just 5 races left to go, including today. And very interesting front row. Don Falconer putting the 3-car on the pole, and on his outside, second in the points, it's Luke Evans. Should be a very interesting race today. The points leader Anthony Greenman rolls off a bit further back in, I believe, 12th. So it is an opportunity for Evans to close in here today if he can have a good run.
Yeah, well, Greenman's had a shaky few races at Ontario. He got involved in the big accident about halfway through the race. The gap stands at 42 points currently between him and Luke Evans, and then Derek Petty's only 3 back there, 45 behind. So really only Evans is within a race wins length today, and that obviously also depends on Greenman finishing dead last, which, given the quality of that number 1 car, the way it's been this season, it's highly unlikely that's going to happen. But the 64 still definitely potential there to gain some significant ground on the race, and for Derek Petty as well. Maybe even Luda Bennington, 66 points out in 4th, kind of a long shot at this point, but also moving back through the top 5 in the championship. Cameron Lopez, who rolls off 3rd, looking for a historic 3-peat, never been done before in USARC. He's 84 points back, and I mean, if he rides that momentum all the way to the end of the season, could be knocking on the door. But yeah, out of all 3 series for championship battles, definitely currently the least exciting. But you know, we've got 5 races left to change that now, so anything can happen. I think with the what about qualifying scores here, it could be really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Lopez, obviously, he's got all the momentum in the world, and he rolls off 3rd today. A 3rd win in a row, as he said, unprecedented in USARC, but it would really put him, I think, into the title fight for certain here. As looking throughout the top 10, I believe Reese Kupski rolling off 4th in the 51. He's coming in from the ANCS today. Good qualifying effort for him in the FSR's part-time car. 5th, that is Alexander Rowe. Good effort for them as well. Cameron Brennan with a solid qualifying run at 00. As looking for the rest of the top 10, 62, good qualifying effort for that team. Smaller team with a nice run, as well as the 55 JR Bedard. Much needed good run is that for your GTS pole sitter as well. And Seth Morgan and Angel Gutierrez round the top 10 today. So a very interesting top 10, to say the least.
Yeah, Seth Morgan, someone who kind of needs to show a little bit extra, in my opinion, at this stage in the season, given the equipment they have. But yeah, like you said, JR Bedard's lined up for a pretty good weekend here if they can convert their qualifying pace in both series. Same can be said for Evans and Falconer and Lopez as well, all really in contention in both series that we've seen qualify so far. Yet to see the Cup Series roll out here. Yeah, we've got a few ringers as well close to the front. Greenman, who's not really a road course ringer, he's just outside the top 10. Zachary Fitzwater's just behind him. Isaac Davis, we normally see do well on these road courses. Benedict Murdo as well. Benedict Murdo's deep in the pack. You can just see him there, sandwiched in between the 2 green cars on the left-hand side of White Wilkinson and Joshua Warren. Speaking of Joshua Warren, he's made the field today. One of the more interesting inclusions in this race. Yeah, a few more interesting ones. We've got Freya Aradotta back in the 23. Diego Yepes has made the field a 3rd race in a row. Patrick Raven, the same can be said for him. But rounding off your field is a slight change of roster. Lotus Disparito is now in the 8 car. Jacques Regel is left USARC, and Lautenschlager Motorsports have cut down with immediate effect. Disparito has moved over to the 8 to continue and see out their full-time season. However, they failed tech inspection, so a really tough start. But they qualified 12th actually before tech, so they could have pace here. They're lined up towards the back with their teammate Christian Vargas. Could be interesting to see what those 2 Daytona Motorsports cars can do, given the pace that the other one has shown.
Yeah, I mean, this is, of all the road course I say in USARC, this is the one where it's most possible to make passes work and to get for the field. So it's not a death sentence like it is on some road courses starting the back. You know, we saw last season Justin Wimmer, he qualified at the very back in the APCS race last year, and he ended up finishing, I think, like 8th. So it's not impossible here. at all. So should be very interesting to see what these drivers can do today, though, to get their way through the field.
Yeah, we run with without the bus stop here, so the run down to the carousel is a complete slipstream fest. You're going to see a lot of that, especially in the opening laps. These APS cars, bit more drag on them, bit more downforce on them than the ANTS cars. And what the extra drag means is that the draft is stronger. So that's going to play a really interesting factor today. We are going to see pit stops as well. We've got 21 laps ahead of us, and Don Falconer on pole, the substitute driver. He's had speed at road courses before, but what can he do to convert that pole to a first Aaron's Pro Series win? We'll be right back with the command. Welcome back to Watkins Glen. The command is just a few moments away.
Drivers, start your engines.
The 42 Aaron's Pro Series cars come to life here for the Glen here today. Final road course of the season, I do believe, for this series, as well as I believe for USARC as a whole, this whole Watkins Glen weekend. As you see, the cars roll off into turn 1 here. So 21 laps on hand today. You see a bit of movement in the back here, but everybody seems to be going away cleanly here.
Getting a little bit close to each other, but I'm sure it's going to be fine for USARC officials. They're not going to bat too much of an eyelid with that. But yeah, like you said, 21 laps ahead of us. We will see pit stops based mainly on fuel, but yeah, obviously tyres at any road course will play a factor, especially at one like Watkins Glen. You've got the fast S's. Turn 1 feels pretty fast left-hander. Oh, at least it's medium speed. There's not really any slow corners now that we've got rid of the bus stop here. The carousel as well, that's going to do a real number on these tyres, so that could play a factor, although I do think fuel is going to dictate the strategy today.
Yeah, turn 1 is always so interesting at this track, just because it is the place to make a dive bomb, really, and make a really aggressive move on somebody, although it's also really hard to pass if you're not aggressive. So these drivers are going to have to be they're going to have to be aggressive today, basically, because if you get stuck on the curbing in turn 1, you're not going to be able to make the pass. You're going to have to dive it in on somebody to actually get it to work.
Yeah, well, we saw last year the infamous late restart, which resulted in Cameron Lopez suffering an injury, actually. It was Benedict Murdo who turned Ricky Freeman Jr., and then the ensuing chaos resulted in Lopez's very heavy crash, and it wrote him off for the season. However, he's come back with a vengeance this year. One at Ontario, one at Riverside, and he'd make a historic three-peat happen here. As the cars enter the final corner and the pace car makes the sharp right to pit road. We will find out very shortly. Onto pit road.
Yeah, start line in a different location this year. And we are green at Watkins Glen.
Brennan going 3 wide into turn 1. What's this going to do? Not much.
Yes, because they can't really make that work. It's a good start by Falconer. He's gone away from Evans already.
Well, he's got pressure from behind. This is Kupski now. Great start for Reese Kupski, actually. You know, he has pace at these road courses. He just rarely gets an opportunity to show it. He's ahead of Lopez. Rowe rounding off the top 5. Here we go, the slipstream fest down the back straightaway, heading into the carousel.
Yeah, first time today here. Everybody seems to have gone away cleanly in the back. As any moves can be made, Jared Bedard's make a move on 00.
Angel Gutierrez waiting in the wings there. I think Brennan's going to hold on round the outside, looking just to the back of the field here. Everyone's made it through cleanly. It's Falconer who leads from Evans. Kupski taking some pressure from Lopez, but I think he got the final corner all wrong, as had the 48 of Alexander Rowe.
And it's so easy to do here, too, getting that final corner, or that second to last corner on turn 6. If you get on a curbing like turn 1, you just get so bogged down, as lap 1 completely clean and green. About for 5th right here around the outside goes to 62.
I saw Steph Morgan there coming in late on the brakes. However, Angel Gutierrez managed to avoid. There's your championship leader, Anthony Greenman, currently 12th. He's got teammate behind in sorry, not teammate, that's one of his own drivers behind him, Zachary Fitzwater Senior, and then a teammate in front. Just behind them you can see Benedict Murdo and Peter Onjak, some of the best drivers in USARC, apparently just on the edge of the top 20. So here comes Nick Breeding on Seth Morgan now.
Yeah, Breen, this is, I believe, about for 10th. Gonna try to get by Morgan here. Looks like he's got the hook up.
Oh, he lost a bit of momentum.
As possibly a fight for the lead to Luke Evans, possibly to the outside of Falconer.
Oh, Falconer's going to get caught on the curb there. That's going to pave way for the 64. Kupski's now here as well.
Oh, he's a bit wide. Falconer is.
Oh, I think, do you know what? I think that was the way to go because Kupski's now into second. Lopez nearly makes it 3 wide.
Oh, Evans gonna fight back though.
Oh, that was close. They might have made contact and there's a car around.
Oh!
JR Bedard is around. We will stay green for now. I think he got with, is that Cameron Brennan?
That is Brennan. Yeah, Brennan's up there almost in the grass. And is in the grass.
And that's going to be disappointing for both drivers. Known road course ringers in USARC. I think it was it was William Ayers as well who's gone wide. Trying to find where Bedard is. He's now side by side with Brandon Morris. This is towards the back of the field. But we've stayed green there. JR Bedard turn around in turn one. We'll get a look at that one when we can. The 64 now, 1 lap ago, was going for the lead, now having to defend 3rd place.
Yeah, Lopez. Oh, here comes the 62 though, down the inside.
SR weirdly don't seem to have as much pace as they normally do on these road courses this weekend. They dominated Riverside, but this, I don't know if it's Watkins Glen, maybe a bit more. Obviously, it's not an oval, but maybe slightly more in nature. I don't know if that's messing with their normal setups for road courses, but yeah, a bit confusing that one. As here comes Reese Kupski.
You're looking for the lead. Oh, okay, still got a run though, I think.
It's being kicked up there. I don't know if the 64 here of Evans as well might have the run. In fact, here comes Reese Kupski. 3 goes low to block.
Yeah, if you're going to defend that line, be very defensive into the corner. Kupski all over the bumper.
Oh, and Falconer defended that quite well, to be fair. I think Kupski just got a bit bogged down mid-corner. He's going to lose a bit of momentum here, possibly falling into the jaws of the 64 just behind.
His top 6 is pulled away, I think, because of JR Bedard getting spun around. So it's allowed these 6 to really get away.
Watching here, Henry Thomas and Alexander Rowe. Oh, and that was Murdo running wide. He's paved way for Onjak to come through. And Isaac Davis as well got quite loose. Bennington, as a result, really looking low.
Oh, Onjak sailed in there in a 1.
Well, he runs wide. Here we go for second.
Oh, now for second.
I think Evans has got Kupski on this occasion. I think that 64 looks... I think he looks pretty quick compared to the rest of the top 5. I don't know if he's just got something a little bit extra today. Obviously come close to some wins recently, Evans, at Ontario and Pocono in the Cup Series. And the APS hasn't looked as close, but he is second in the standings. So maybe he's just sensing that something's on the line for him today.
Yeah, and Anthony Greenman hasn't really made any progress. In fact, he's actually fallen back behind his teammate, or his Cardione's Fitzwater's gone around him. But he has gained spots because of the 55 and the 00 shunt. So, oh, it's one car really wide back there.
Kupski was wide as well. I think it was Gutierrez who ran wide. Morgan's going to nearly scrape the wall. These guys are now 3 wide.
3 wide.
And that's about as close as you can get without making some unfortunate contact there, and this is going to be really close.
Oh, Gutierrez sent it.
Oh, we've had trouble.
Oh,
There's Lopez involved. Gets hit by Breeding. Alexander Rose hit hard. And so is Kupski. They're piling in behind.
Oh. Brennan just hit the back of Fitzwater there. Fitzwater got spun and something.
Something big has happened up front. Falling through it is Gutierrez. Caution is out for the first time here. Oh no, it's not, sorry, we're green.
We're green, what?
I just assumed that we would be under caution. Oh, this could get ugly if everyone's not careful. Oh, good Santiago.
Oh boy. I'm very confused how we're
What
under
has
green
happened
still.
here? Yeah, we might. That's such a significant incident. We might have to cut to a break soon, just to check what's happened. That is weird. How many cars are involved? And we've still. I mean, the general rule is that if the car spins around, they've all got back going. Actually,
Yes, but there was clearly cars spun around. Were they off? Wait, were they on the apron out wide?
they may
Maybe.
have been off track. Zachary Fitzwater Senior's come down pit road.
Yeah, he got hit from behind. Oh
Yeah.
boy, if I saw someone getting spun back there, but he got hit from behind, I think, by Brennan.
But we did see
Which is
multiple
a shame for
incidents happening
Fitzwater.
there. But in the chaos, we focused on the more major incident. Oh, and there's a car around. That's DT Jones just
Still green.
completely driven through by Bowback Fox, and we are still green. That 44's had a poor weekend, and it just gets worse. There goes
This is
Fitzy coming
bizarre
out.
at this point.
Yeah, I am confused. These two still racing for the lead. Murdo's now breaking into your top 5. And your championship leader now in 7th. Yeah, Kupski's still running here. Damage is minimal. Maybe some slight damage to the rear end, but he may have just been spun around.
Trying to look. I don't really see anything on the 51, to be honest.
But he's definitely been bogged down somewhere, what I'm thinking. I think we've seen a few straight retirements yet. Cameron Lopez, the 3P is over. He's going to be out this race along with Alexander Rowe. Angel Gutierrez as well. And the caution is now out.
Something
79 still on the apron. Car in the wall.
Oh,
That is,
Morgan,
yes,
I think.
Seth Morgan, but there's no damage and another car's off. It's Riley Spurley, but he's also going to get back going. What's happened there that's caused the caution and not the incident earlier? That is weird.
Yeah, because the 04 doesn't even really look damaged.
Yeah. That is strange. I wonder if we're in the window, and the 79, the Taos over also has an issue here, possibly. Damage on that car, well, but I do wonder now, as we will be having lap 9 run under yellow, if that's when we're going to see pit stops, because it's just shy of halfway through.
I'd imagine we'll see everyone pay. Well, I wonder if this is going to end up benefiting Fitzwater. Because he just came down.
And he is on the lead lap, but he's damaged, maybe. But I don't think
he'll be. Damaged, but
I don't think he'll be.
Fine,
I don't think he'll be good to the end. That's my.
Yeah.
That's my hypothesis. These guys are already under yellow. Okay, so yeah, Don Falconer has led every lap so far. We're going to get restarted here around halfway through, but we'll go to a replay now, show you some pit stops, and then have you back for the restart. We've got a few incidents to get through here. Don Falconer leads at Watkins Glen. Well, this is for third, Cameron Lopez and Reese Kupski. Lopez just sees an opportunity really late on, drives it in out of the corner, and just cleans out the 51. Rowe's going to get caught up. Hard hit there, and then collected is Gutierrez. Fitzwater's spun by Anthony Greenman, and then Brennan's going to pile in. Luckily, no one else involved, but somehow not a caution here. Once again, questions to be asked about USARC's officiating. On board with Lopez now. You see him on the brakes fairly normally and then just sees a gap. And well, saying is if you no longer go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver, but not sure about that one. Not sure about that one, Cameron.
We're riding aboard Anthony Greenman here going down into turn 1. You're going to see things start to get sketchy in front of him. The 10 checks up, that checks up to 42, and Anthony just runs in the back of his sorry own to the from outside of that. He does get through, but you can see the hood knocked up a little bit on 1, so possibly some damage here on Anthony Greenman. When you see going down to turn 1 here, the famous dive bomb spot at the Glen, and it's going to be Bannock Murdo, known for aggressive moves and maybe a bit overzealous on that one. Spin Seth Morgan around. Morgan dead in the middle of the track. Thankfully, he's able to get back only without any issues. You see Spurley 2 runs wide up there. So no contact with Spurley 2, but just a bit of an error getting through the S's. As Morgan's able to get back going, should not have any significant consequences for the 0-4 or in the track position.
Here's what happened with JR Bedard. He, late on the brakes into turn 1, tries to check up right in front of the 0, and Brennan's having none of it. He manages to turn him round without causing a caution, but a damage to the 0-0, and obviously he then faces a bit of karma later on. But JR Bedard, with a lot of work to do here, one of the road course specialists of USARC's lower series, kind of in no man's land at the minute. We'll be right back.
Welcome back here from Watkins, Glen. That's seemingly everybody coming down right here.
It'd be really weird if anyone stayed out.
We'll see if anyone does.
Even Fitzy's coming back in after those repairs. Oh no! Oh, Zachary Fitzwater's going to take the lead. From literally from last to first, Zachary Fitzwater's going to take the lead here with a damaged race car.
Oh, dude, I think Murdo might have. I think they're going fuel. Oh, Spurley 2.
Oh, it is fuel only.
It is fuel only.
Murdo's going to jump one position.
Oh,
Henry
62
Thomas is
changing tires.
Yeah, that's interesting. A few are. Aiden Smith, Riley Spurley Tube, and there's one more in the back. I believe that is Yekaterina Suleimanova. It is. Bobak Fox is sitting on pit road. Tarasova's back out after an engine issue as well, by the way. He is still on the lead lap. And that man is your race leader.
Yeah, I mean, this if he can make it on fuel, this is going to work out for Fitzy. Like to maybe get a fourth straight top 10.
Yeah, I mean,
so I don't back half of the year for him.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think the rear end damage will cause too much of an issue. I can't imagine it will be. If it was that much of an issue, he would have been in the pits for longer and he would have gone a lap down. I mean, he hasn't got a rear end anymore, but I don't know, man. The 3 and the 64 and the 01 look fast. Murdo with a poor qualifying, already up to third. Given his antics at Phoenix, I wonder if USARC officials are going to have something to say to Benedict Murdo again, second season in a row after Watkins Glen. But he's going to roll off fourth. Fitzwater's going to be first. And the scoreboard is currently still waiting to tick over for the next lap. Greenman rounding off your top 5. Kupski, Davis, Breeding and Luna Bennington is your top 10, or back half your top 10. So here we go, about to go that green.
Everybody's going to get ready to go here. Should be interesting. Lear will go at the line.
Really letting everyone stack up there, but a lot of people still quite far behind. Novak Fox still down pit road. Nick Breeding jumping out quickly. Oh, and here comes Falconer.
Oh, Falconer for the lead. Although I think he was a bit.
Oh,
maybe
he's
not.
got
He's got
it right. I wonder if Fitzy could just hold the outside here. He's going to try it.
Oh,
that's a great move there, and it's nearly going to pay dividends. Although I think the Free's just got the faster race car. I think he has, because here comes the 64. Here comes the 01. I wonder if Murdo makes it 3 wide here. I think Evans is going to try and shut the door. Oh, they nearly get together.
Oh. I think Fitzy was not just going to give Murdo by here. This is going to
blown around the
Murdo,
outside
actually.
of him, yeah. And I think Murdo might become victim to Greenman here. It might be in his best interest, given the championship battle, for him to let him by. Although knowing Benedict Murdo, I don't think he'll do that. Evans is right on the back of Don Falconer here, who's had a poor penultimate corner. 64 on the outside.
Oh, this is going to be interesting if we can get the stick up there.
He's had a good exit. He has the lead. No, not yet.
How deep is Falconer going to send it, though? Not as deep as Evans.
He was later on the brakes, but he's wide on exit, and Falconer's going to move back through.
Yeah, I think Falconer sent it pretty hard there, but Evans really late on the brakes, and too late on the brakes, really.
Great racing, as we see every year here at Watkins Glen. think Falcon has cleared him for the back straightaway at least. There's a Bovac Fox still with an issue down pit road. Everyone else out clean here. That we've now ticked over the halfway point of the race.
Yeah, as you see everybody through the carousel once again here.
I think
Very
Bennington's
orderly,
broken
really
into the
brutal.
top 10.
Yeah, he's up to 9th here, I believe, trying to hunt down Nick Breeding for 8th as Murdo's looking underneath Fitzwater. I think Murdo's definitely faster than really either, but anyone in front of him. He's just going to have to work his way around Fitzy here.
Fitzy's holding his line really nicely. Oh no!
Oh, Bennington! Oh!
Into the pit wall. At the expense of Nick Breeding has saved it at the expense of Bennington. That's a hard hit, and that's got championship implications. The caution is out.
Question is, did the leaders take the yellow already?
I don't think the very front did. Oh man. And it was an incredibly promising start to the Aaron's Pro Series season for Luda Bennington. 2 wins in 3 races, and it's very much looking like it's all falling apart now.
Yes, the leaders are still racing back around. It looks like the first 7 or so. As Murdo's going to try and get 3rd away from Fitzy here.
They touch again.
Oh! He's going to be able to get his way through this time now.
And I wonder if the damage is catching up to the 42, although he has had a great run around the carousel. It's just these 7 cars you can see here who have not taken the yellow. I think they're going to stay in the order that they currently are. It's Falconer who continues to lead over Evans. Murdo's going to try him at the line. It's not enough. And then these guys, yeah, everyone already from Nick Breeding in 8th back onwards is out this race. And Joshua Warren with an issue as well.
Is there damage on that car?
I was just about to ask the same question. No, he had that damage. He had that damage earlier.
Likely a tire issue then.
Bennington's making it back round, but that will be an instant retirement once she hits pit road. Really tough break for Bennington, who was, as we literally just mentioned, had crawled her way up to the top 10, but that's all futile now at the fault of Nick Breeding. So, Don Falconer is your leader. We are unlikely to see pit stops here, especially from the race leaders, anyone but Fitzy, basically. We'll get a replay of this incident, and we'll be right back for hopefully the final restart so we can have a nice green flag stretch to the end.
As the onboard from the day tonight, here, this is about for 8 people and Nick Breeding. Breeding goes a little bit wide, trying to wheel up, banking a season opportunity, and it just goes off wrong and clips the pit wall quite hard. And the car instantly gets out. Will continue to win back around the pit road, but her day is over here at Watkins. Welcome back here from Watkins Glen, coming to lap 16 for the restart. It'll be 6 laps to settle once we go back green. Your top 5 is the 3 of Don Falconer, followed by Luke Evans, Benedict Murdo, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., and Anthony Green. The rest of your top 10, Reese Kupski, Isaac Davis, Nick Breeding, Peter Onjack, and Mika Papega running out your top 10 here in the 24. Good run for Papega as well. So
Yeah.
we're going to have 6 laps to go here. Oh, sorry.
No, I didn't have much to add at all. Go for it.
We're going to have 6 laps to go here when we go back racing, as this is going to be, all the pressure is going to be on Don Falconer here to try and hold on, get the win in a car that a win would mean so much for this free team right now with the injuries for Roberto Crown Jr. So should be a very fun one here. Benedict Murdo will be very aggressive, I think, here on this hopefully final restart.
Don Falconer, one of the rising stars in USARC, tipped to do great things one day, and he's got 2 of the series veterans right behind him. One of them is the best road course racer in USARC altogether, but he's got a car in between them. I think that could work in his favour here.
Here we go.
Yeah, Evans did not get going. You can already see the gap forming there, and you can see Greenman's eyeing up a move on Fitzwater.
Not really going to work out for Greenman, I don't think, here. As everybody looked to be cleanly through one.
Just about. Santiago getting held up there. Yeah, all clean through, and the top two are pulling away. Fitzwater with a lot of pressure from Greenman.
Yeah, Greenman would love to only be 2 spots behind Luke Evans here, his main championship rival at this point in the season.
Here he goes. That was late as well. I don't know if that's going to stick. It's not.
It's not.
He might have pressure from Kupski now. That's how bad that carousel was.
And Murdo was all over the back of the 64.
Well, and he's managed to gap him slightly on this straightaway. But Kupski can have a look. He knocks Greenman.
Oh.
He knocked him wide. But now he's got the outside for the final corner. It's 50-50. That's going to be the better line. I think it's going to be a drag race into turn 1. Oh, there's a car in the wall. Oh, Petty just slammed the wall there, just for no reason, just late braking.
Yeah, I think he is overcooked as Kupski will clear Greenman here. Now they're 3 wide behind him. Morgan's through. Patrick Raven's trying to go by Petty as well. Petty's got a lot of damage on the side of that car.
He was just really, I don't know if he just lost grip all of a sudden, just really late on the brakes. He slammed into the wall. I thought that was going to be a caution. It hasn't been. Yeah, sorry, Kupski is through as well. And the 64's gain now on Falconer.
The question is, so where does Luke Evans make a move? If he can make a move here.
I think turn 1's your best bet.
Carousel. I think it's going to come down to your turn 1 or turn 7 here, I think, really. Maybe turn 6. Those are the 3 real passing zones on this racetrack.
Well, the 3's already going lower. Maybe just preemptively anticipating that move, but I don't think Evans has had a great... He's not. Here comes Murdo.
Trying to go around the outside.
Oh, and the 64's going to clear it. Oh, no, he's going to leave him room.
I was going to say, Murdo got that to hook up, I think.
Be late on the brakes here to the inside. He has a look.
Evans was really hard on the brakes there.
They're all running wide completely of the circuit. They're off the apex here. I think, do you know what? Falconer's weak off of turn 1. That's an issue. Multiple times have I seen the 64 close in because Falconer's just got a weak exit in turn 1. And that could really come back to bite him if Evans can get the rest of his lap together.
Yeah, it's a big if, though, for sure here is... Everybody starting to sprout a little bit now up at the front here. Evans looking high this time.
Watch the momentum come to him here, though. No. Or maybe not, actually. No, he's going to clear the 0-1. The momentum lies on the outside of the carousel. He's have to sacrifice a lot to get to that lane. But I think Murdo had the better line for the final 2 corners here. Rieman's wide in the background. That could have paved the way for Isaac Davis. But what all this has done is allowed Don Bamford to pull away. But watch that gap between what it is now and then the exit of turn 1.
Yeah, you can see it.
It's just weak off of turn 1 for some reason. Not sure exactly why. What's happening there? Back of the field, we've got a few passes here. Brandon Morris, Riley Spurley-Tube, Aiden Smith all fighting. Oh, and I think Eli Stillwell's had an issue here. Will come into some trouble because there is damage on that car. But yeah, back towards the front. They are spreading out now, and I think that's what Don Falconer needs.
Yeah, Evans just trying to find clean air, I think, here as well. Falconer a bit high there, but in a good way, I think. And we're coming around just 2 laps to go here. If Evans is going to make something happen, he needs to make it happen quick.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Fitzy's still in this, really. Maybe not for the win, but for a podium at the very least. Oh, and that was a poor penultimate corner from Falconer.
Just say Falconer's wide.
Who just run live with into turn 1. It's really
How
close
aggressive
here.
are you willing to be if you're Luke Evans?
I mean, he's got the second longest win drought in USARC.
Oh, Falconer went really hard on the 1, and he overdrove it.
And the gap's been open for the 64. He can't get there just yet. Murdo's now lurking. He's catching him as well. Oh, Evans is right on the back of Falconer.
They're all going to be stacked up here.
It's great racing with 2 laps to go in USARC. Watkins, Glen never disappoints. Does anyone make a move?
Really defensive there from the 3. Kind of moved over. Comes back to the right.
The
Oh,
inside.
did he get hit?
I don't think so. Murdo's now going to try the outside. And he's now, I think he's lost momentum. Falcon has managed to hold on. He's amazing defensive drive here.
Come to the white flag.
He's had a better run again. What happens here? White flag in the air.
Murdo had a really bad corner. He might be out of this now. It seems like it's going to be a 2-car battle for the win at this point.
And that's a better exit from Falconer. That's exactly what he needed. He might have this all wrapped up.
That's the best turn one he's had all day.
Come at the most vital moment. Oh, and he did run wide. And that's a bad place to lose all your momentum. You just see the gap closing.
In.
It's quick, but it's not quick enough.
If Evans going to make something happen, it's going to have to be in turn 6 or turn 7. He's going to need to get a good exit here, though.
I think Falconer's beating him.
Again.
He ran wide, but you can just get a good exit if you play your cards right on the outside lane.
Though.
He's going to play defensive. Is it enough? Don't think it is. Over to you, Don Falconer.
Final corner, coming to the checkered flag. Holds off 2 of the best in USARC, and he's going to get his first Aaron's Pro Series win. Don Falconer gets it done at Watkins Glen. What a race today. What a defensive drive from Don Falconer. And that really is impressive, being able to hold off 2 of the best in USARC.
See, what if he hadn't already made a name for himself in the lower ranks of USARC? He certainly has now. What a race car Daytona Motorsports has brought for Don Falconer here. This is where he kind of thrives. We've already seen it here. The short tracks and the road courses. And for the first time in his career, Don Falconer is finally a USARC race winner. And he's done it against the very best. Evans, obviously not won many races, but I think today he proved that he's one of the quickest. And Benedict Murdo as well. He was, as soon as he kind of made his way up from the field, he never looked like he was going to lose this one. It's an amazing drive from Falconer. Because he didn't have it easy. You know, with the cautions and risking losing track position on pit road. I think track position really proved vital today, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he made a great move to get by Fitzwater there, and that was definitely the move that sealed it for the win for him there. As he was throughout the rest of your top 10 here, Zachary Fitzwater, really nice recovery for him to come home in fourth straight top 10. Reese Kupski, Anthony Green, the points leader, 6th place. I don't think he can be mad about that. And Isaac Davis, a nice run.
That's really good damage limitation for Anthony Greenman.
Yeah, absolutely. Peter Onjak, a nice run. Nick Breeding and Henry Thomas, your top 10 here. Let's see the rest of the top 20. Mika Papega, nice run for that's Diego Yepes. He comes home in 12th. Hiccup Bush, the Jergy in the 86, good run for the Florida lead team. William Ayers here, the rest of your top 15 here at the Glen. So, very interesting day for sure here at Watkins Glen with a lot of very fun racing.
Yeah, and that just makes me excited for what the rest of the weekend has in store, especially the Cup Series. And what's interesting about the NCS cars at Watkins Glen, as we've seen in the practice sessions, is they are visibly so much faster heading down that main straightaway. And what it means is there's more variation in braking zones and kind of momentum, which means there's more overtaking. And because it's faster, it just means it's just a little bit more on the edge. And that's going to be really exciting. They do more laps as well. That's going to be a great race. In his Don Falconer burns it down time along the front straightaway. Obviously, not a lot at stake for him points-wise. You know, points stays fairly close. The gap is now 38. 4 races to go, though. I'm not sure where this takes us, but yeah, once again, Don Falconer is making a name for himself week on week in USARC, and it's only a matter of time, in my opinion. Obviously, running full time in the 0 in APS next year, but only a matter of time before someone knocks on the door for him for a cup seat.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, someone's going to offer him a cup seat. I think sooner rather than later. He has just so much talent. So, you know, this is a huge win for him to get his first USARC win, and to get it in that sort of fashion, holding off some of the best Cup Series drivers and road ringers that you really could. I mean, the rest of the top five, you have 2 Cup Series stars, and then two really good road ringers. So certainly was not an easy feat today for Falconer to get the win, and he took all the pressure and was able just to shrug it off, really.
Yeah, and then he will be talk of the town for the rest of the weekend and the rest of the season. He's still got Truck Championship to fight for as well. Imagine if he does the double with the APS running before the Granger Truck Series here this weekend. So that could be incredible. I mean, he's obviously not in the Cup race, but a lot to be excited about with this young driver, Don Falconer. Points wise, not too much has changed. Evans still within a race wins gap, which I think for him, a second place as well to go along with that, he'll be fairly pleased, as will Anthony Greenman with his damage limitations today. Did not at any point look like he had a race winning car.
Yeah, I mean, for Anthony, really, it's these last, 4 races now left in the APS season. 38 points, it does seem like a lot, but one bad race, and all of a sudden this championship is flipped on its head. But with that said, I think Luna Bank and Cameron Lopez are probably out of this now with their bad days today here at the Glen. I think it really is a 3-car battle now at this point. Derek Petty still got a shot, and then obviously Luke Evans and Anthony Greenman are the main 2 contenders at this point. But for Anthony Greenman, I think, if he can keep finishing like 6th to 10th these final 4 races, he should be able to just hang on.
Yeah, I think we've got Kentucky coming up next, and we've also got Talladega's the wild card, but then we've got Atlanta and Memphis. It's Kentucky and Atlanta that I think Petty and Evans have their best chance. Greenman will be quick at both of them, but Derek Petty just comes alive on the speedways. We saw him at Denver. He was just unbelievable in his second ever APS race. So I think there's still a little bit of fight left in that 46 team, and I think there's still a little bit more of these, like you said, these 6th to 10th place runs that number 1 team needs to do. I think barring, let's say the big one at Talladega, 40th place finish for Greenman there. I think barring that, he can coast his way to the end here and win the Aaron's Pro Series Championship.
Yeah, but Talladega is the only real wild card. Because outside of that, it's Kentucky, Atlanta, and Miami. The are free races. So, free speedways, that's where Greenman's really good. It's for Derek Petty, I think it's going to come down to Greenman having a bad day at Talladega, because I don't see Petty gaining enough points on him on the R3 speedways. If he can even gain any, because Anthony's just as good on those speedways. So for Luke Evans, it's going to come. I think it's also going to come down to Talladega for Luke Evans, because he's going to need Greenman to have a bad day at Talladega, and he's going to need to really have a good run at Talladega to have a shot, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's where this battle has been sort of defined, really. For Greenman, it's in his control. For the other two, they don't have that luxury. Similar with the chase a few weeks ago, the people chasing don't have that luxury, and that's the aspect of having to rely on something else completely out of control happening. That's what's going to define this championship, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be an interesting run to the end for sure here in the Aaron's Pro Series. Obviously, the Truck Series, the Granger Truck Series, they still have an interesting title fight. And obviously, we have the Chase in the All Nation Cup Series. So, obviously, still a lot more Season 3 USARC action left to go. Still 5 more Cup races, including the Glen, 4 more in APS, and 4 more in trucks, also including the Glen in the case of trucks. So, still a long ways left to go here to decide this thing for all of these series and for all these drivers.
Yeah, Kentucky could be a really interesting one for these APS cars. Never been there before. I'm sure we'll see the usual lot out up front, but you never know what can happen in USARC. We're looking forward to that one, having you there with us, and we're looking forward to the rest of the Watkins Glen weekend as well. So, yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. Until next time, congratulations to Don Falconer. Goodbye.